We'll find out.
This is the best time to play Splyce. They've had a very, very rough day. However, this is a new day. It's day number 2, and Splyce have been in this position before. It's been a very long time, Miles, which I've cast over to players which, you know, I've been a bit unsure on. Of course, Llama's the one that sticks out for me in EZG Blue, but Evasion, Norks, and Pazelian is a player which I'm just a little bit unsure about. So it's going to be interesting to see what they can bring to the table. But kicking things off, we're going to be at Valkyrie and that ventilation room, the hectic room that EZG Blue, they're going to wipe out Splyce in a couple of seconds. Yeah, the ventilation room, bit of a mosh pit. There's a little bit of back and forth between both teams, obviously, before one of them can get a little settled and set up 4 ways into that single engagement. It's very difficult to lock that one down. Unless you have perfect awareness of where the enemy team is spawning, it's going to be very hard for you to maintain time there. But EZG Blue doing what they can, 14 points and climbing now. Splyce back in control. Llama God, not my deity of choice, but he's doing a bit of work there. Tommy now on board. 2 kills in a row, looking up for them. And as you can see, Splyce with the short control for now. But we're going to go over to the next rotation in 15 seconds. You're going to see those blue arrows on that minimap fan out and try to get control of the office on the next set of rotations and fills. So far, so good for the boys in Splyce. So far, so good. 22 plays 22. It's back and forth, to say the least, here, as we are in the ventilation room. But the one thing that I will say is Splyce, obviously, they were in the Pro League. They were the team that kind of had the introduction of Valkyrie straight away. And they've had, I would say, a lot more practice at the high level on this map and mode in particular. The combination, Madcat, slow start, 0 and 5. However, trying to turn things around. Bant in the operations bunker, backing off here. Should be taken down by Zelian. And here we have Splyce holding on. Evasion trying to break in. He's going to find one, but that's all he's going to find as Splyce hold off. They're going to bite back, and EZG Blue, they're going to have to go once again. Yeah, this is what you're talking about, that experience. The players that have had time to play this map and play it at a very high level. You can see it's already paying off from that setup from Bant's. Tommy sitting in the back end of the office, watching both ways in. There was not a chance for EZG Blue to break in through that one as they trickled like little droplets down the windowsill bit, and they needed to be a bucket of water right there to put that fire out. Still on board now with the fellas of Splyce. Bant's going to go for that kill streak early on. Finds Norks there as he manages to just not nip in through that bunker. Of course, not a lot of open space to work with here on Valkyrie. It's a very indoors, close contested map, and that's where kill streaks don't find themselves too useful. But again, they can be made to work in certain situations, but not always. You can see the setup now from the boys of Splyce. Number 6, that's going to be Madcat watching the back end, watching that open courtyard. We've got Vance watching the front door, and then with him going down, Llama God takes care of Jerd as well, so there's a chance now for EZG Blue to make their way into the bunker. Tommy's holding one off. Zelian finds himself a team kill, not what you want to see, as Madcat takes out Norks, and now that should be a trade. I love that back and forth there. Madcat lured out the first player, took him down, then the addition, just carried on firing. Confuses the players. I love what Splyce is doing right now. It's working very well for him. This is what we wanted to see from a team like Splyce. EZG Blue, though, I think they need to just slow things down. Go for those trades a little bit more effectively. That's a perfect example. Perfect example right now of someone turning their game around. It's got to be Madcat. He was, what, 0 and 5? Now he's got 5 and 6. 4 kills in a row for him, and he's playing this one very safe. He wants those streaks. Shots are in. That's going to be his 5th in a row. Can't make it a 6th, but nonetheless, great work from him to get himself back in this one, and it's shown in the scoreboard. Splyce cracked over 100 points now. EZG Blue now trying to make their way forward. Parzeline gets shots in, finds Tommy. Can he take care of a second here? Madcat next on his hit list as he makes his way into the office. Shots out, not a whole lot done, and as you can see, we've got EZG Blue full control. Llama God now making the front line a little bit further forward, making his teammates a little safer, and Jerd's going to be the next one for him. 3 kills in a row, 2 kills for Evasions, 2 kills for Parzeline. Looking good now for EZG Blue. Bit of a chance to get back on the board, Phil? Yeah, most definitely. This is the first time we've seen full control and them hold it. They've fended off them twice, I think, now. Splyce obviously spawning very far out due to Llama God pushing them back. However, Splyce looks like they're giving up the last 15 seconds, and you know what? I don't blame them here. Pazelian trying to find another. He finds the first, but Jerd shuts him down, and now, judging by the minimap, Splyce again will be the better position team here for the rotation. And again, I do feel like the rotations on either side, they have been definitively in Splyce's favor. And I think that is just the experienced side coming through. For EZG Blue to win these hard points, we've got to see some slaying power. And right now, we're seeing a little bit of it from Pazelian with 14. But apart from that, Splyce still in the lead. But you've got to say, EZG Blue, there's the breakthrough on that. I see holes in Splyce, holes that I didn't see a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, this is definitely not the Splyce we saw at Birmingham, and things aren't looking too hot for them, but still, they have got the lead here currently. For how long they can hold it, time will tell.
getting ready now for an onslaught towards Smokestack. Splyce have 3 angles to take care of, and they've completely collapsed there, enveloped all over EZG Blue. Smokestack's now in control. Mad Cat trying to hunt these players coming through mid. Shots are in, and he's going to deal the damage and do a quick 360 before hitting that nade. If he can hold this line, he's going to buy a little bit more time. And as you can see, 10 seconds left on Smokestacks. It's going all the way to Splyce. We are getting ready for the next set of rotations back into the ventilation room. Tommy checks right, checks left, and he finds one in the end. And that's a favorable trade in one way. Can Bance now come in and pick up the pieces here, coming in from the top set of stairs, but Norks all over it, finds 2 there. 3rd kill in a row for him. Make it a 4th. Beautiful work there from Norks. It's on the brink of death, manages to get that one. 4 kills in a row for him. Yeah,
and that's a position where Splyce should have broke it. Norks goes absolutely huge just with the first 2 kills, then he has a little bit more time to adapt. He's going to find Tommy as well. Shuts him down. Llama and Evasion joining the club, and Bans the last one alive. He'll find one, but trade it out. That's beautiful stuff from EZG Blue there. And now the 30 seconds left here, they can start to take every single little bit of this. They've got a nice setup. They're starting to push out. Nox is firing up here. 15. Can't make it 16 there with that triple. But Evasion cleans up Tommy, and now we have a lead change. EZG Blue, for the first time in the game, they take the lead.
Oh, and this is a bad sign for European COD fans. This is the North American squad who've made their way through the open bracket, now heating up, now starting to catch fire. Splyce on the back foot now. Vent room is about to finish. We are going to rotate over. The rotations have gone the way of Splyce so far in the competition, but we'll see if they can't make it work. But Llama God doing damage, and Norks once again 17-15. He's now in the positive. He's now starting to make this one work. Bance finds the flank, takes care of 1. The reinforcements do make their way in towards the operations bunker, and it's there holding on. Parsnell gets 2. Norks gets 1 as well. Huge bit of work there now as we continue the push, and Splyce have control for the time being, but 4 players of EZG Blue now making their way through front.
Bance flanking from the middle almost there. He's going to get a beautiful 2-piece. And as they put the whole of the squad on the respawn timer, Bance now pushing out. This is a good hold from Splyce here. Working maybe towards some streaks. He's going to be shut down for that one. The one player that has really caught my eye, and it's not necessarily in the slaying department, even though he's got 20 for his team, is Norks. The amount of 2-pieces that he's got time and time again, and just holding off Splyce, really impressed as a player from him. We'll see what happens on this rotation as the bunker is going to be finished very soon. Bance finds 1. Looking to rotate round, but he should be caught from the side. I think Llama's seen him. No, he hasn't.
Might work out. Tommy gets dropped there by Llama God. Bounce in for a quick bit of revenge. Oh, can't find it. Norks comes in from behind, and this is important now. Splyce with control, but they've got those 2 players spawning out on the map, and that's it. EZG Blue flip the bunker, and early on, they've got 50 seconds left on it, and there's a chance to get a ton of time here. We are going to potentially see the lead change again, but Tommy makes his way in. He gets a kill out of that one. Jerd's taken out on the outside, so there's no more frontline perimeter there on the back end of the hard point. Tommy's being dropped there. Bance is holding on for his dear life. He does have a bit of help. But the gunfight is now moved indoors as the players of Splyce have got to now flush the members of EZG Blue out, but they're completely surrounded. We do have Tommy on the outside of the base now. Jerd fighting the battle on the indoors. He's about to crack over 190. Splyce are hanging in there. They've managed to win these gunfights, and that is going to net them a little bit more points. Storage bunker. It was looking dangerous for them at a time, but now a bit of a lead.
Yeah, those last 20 seconds are huge scrap time for Splyce to not only put themselves over the 200 mark, but give themselves a big gap. And now this is the break they need. 3 players pushing in. Bance finds the first. That's going to be number 29 for him, sitting at +10. And you know what? Splyce broke through right on the rotation. Perfect timing. Look at the spawns for EZG Blue. They'll be kicking themselves if they let this one slip away this much. But a full minute to go on the office. Norks, a player who has impressed. He's got himself a glide bomb. Not the perfect position for it. See if Llama God can get the perfect pitch. Not gonna happen.
Splyce can win it here. They can win it here on the office. Unless the fellas of EZG Blue can come in and flip that office to the American office, which is still the inferior office. Tommy, glide bomb out. It's going in over the top. He's spot for choice. Hasn't managed to make it work. Can't even make it through the cracks. And Norks now with a chance to make it in. Splyce, though, getting closer to that map 1 win. All 4 members now of EZG Blue making their way to the front. Bance finds 2. Mad Cat watching the back end. Can they flush those players out? Norks goes down. It's on Mad Cat now to save the day, and he might just do it.
5 seconds left. They've all spawned out, and that's all he needed. The 2-piece says the rest. And Splyce, they have a shaky start. They close it out. Fist bumps all around for the European squad. But Miles, I'll be the first to say that was not convincing, in the sense that you would think, you know, a top professional team who have had, you know, 2 second-place finishes at open events against a team which, honestly, I didn't know 3 of the players coming into this. So definitely things to take from that one. Splyce, though, warming up, finishing strong.
I mean, hey, if you look at Splyce's entire Seattle, I don't think it would be the most convincing thing ever. At least they do what they need to do here. They take that first map, but that brings up a bigger question. Obviously, at the top of the show, we got to get through a lot of stuff. We want to make sure that you guys know when you're going to be able to watch all the matches. We didn't get to dive as deep into where we think the upsets can actually happen right now. We have all of these teams that just made it out of the open bracket now playing against our pool play teams. Where do we think the upsets may happen? Obviously, we'll be jumping back into this series in just a second, because Chance, when we were actually watching that match go down, we were like, there are quite a few opportunities for upsets here.
All of them. Every single first round matchup, there's potential. Actually, the only pool play team that beat their open bracket team, map number 1, was Splyce. What was it? E6 upset Mind Freak, Lightning Pandas beat Tainted Minds like handily as well. Like, it wasn't that close of a match. And then Ghost Gaming got the upset over Epsilon as well. So we're only one map in, and yes, the open bracket teams have, you know, they've been warmed up. They had to play early today. They got that match on their board, but at the same time, I think just raw talent, even some of these teams stack up very, very well. Like these first rounds, it's the bottom of the barrel of the pool play teams.
Let's actually jump right now into Delta. We have plenty of matches going on. We try to focus on the one up on the main stage, but we're jumping into this Pool B matchup. This is Ghost Gaming against Epsilon. And one of the big things that we have to say is, yes, this first map is very important, but you got to think of the pool as a whole, right? Some of these pools are going to be slightly more stacked. It's going to be a little bit trickier, even if you can take that first matchup. But as you already did say, Chance, Splyce does have that first map under their belt. Now let's take a look at Epsilon versus Ghost Gaming.
And Ghost Gaming is cooking right now, right? You got Lacefield sitting at 7. Like, Panda doesn't have a kill, and they're up 2 rounds, and like it's comfortable, right? So that's going to be great. As soon as he starts picking it up just a little bit, Ghost Gaming, you'd imagine, are going to be good to go. And at the same time, if you just think of the bigger picture for the pools, Ghost Gaming after this, they're going to have to deal with like Unilad, who hasn't looked great either. So again, long way to go, but there's a lot of potential for Ghost.
I think as well, we talked about honeymoon periods. We see Parasite, the addition to Ghost Gaming. This to me doesn't kind of come as too much as a surprise. Yes, Epsilon were a pro league team and Ghost Gaming weren't, but I'm looking at this and I expect Ghost Gaming to put a very hard fight up against Epsilon. It wouldn't surprise me too much if they take the victory. However, like Chance said, that pool, you know, it varies a lot in talent. You've got the Unilad, who is struggling at the minute, and then you've got the Green Wall and the boys in blue, who, honestly, they're looking very strong. So Ghost Gaming, for me, they could come out, by all means, with maybe a 2-2 split of the 4 pool play teams.
I'm going to say something right now. I think if regions, if these teams were both in the same region, I think Ghost Gaming would have made it into Pro League. Like, I think that they are one of these teams that is very, very competent. They make it out of pools consistently. You look at Panda and GodRX, they've had 3 different rosters, I believe, this year, something like that. Finally, they find that home on Ghost Gaming. I think they went from Rogue to Set to Destroy X or vice versa. They've always been this team to get out. I've said it a million times because they always make it into this stage of the tournament. They haven't found success yet, but now they got Parasite backing them up.
Oh, that was a painful win in that round. I think, for me, Epsilon is one of those teams that's just been plagued with difficulties, like, since the start of World War II. Like, they've had a controversial team change. It wasn't great for them. They didn't have a lot of success in the Pro League, and now I feel like there's so much baggage with that team right now that they almost can't just play the game they want to play, and I think that's really showing here. They're going to be struggling up against this open bracket squad. I think Ghosts are going to take them. They're going to be finishing without a win in the pool, and they're going to go into the lower bracket with their heads a little low. I know they can pull themselves out of that, but it's a real deficit to get out of it early on in the comp.
Yeah, and some of that stuff that you're actually talking about, that baggage, it goes down to even how they're able to scrim. But right now, we got to look at the teams up on the main stage. Splyce versus EZG Blue. And the question is, do we think that the baggage that Splyce has in this tournament alone is going to be enough to throw them off, Miles?
Well, I honestly don't know, dude. That's something that we're only going to be able to find out by watching these players roll on through this one. And I just want to say, whoever is writing these lower thirds, you are brilliant. Just Bance? That's a David Bowie reference. We're going to roll with that one. 2018, of course, Bance is an absolute champion. Search and destroy. Map number 2 here, Splyce versus EZG Blue. Remember, the first one was real tight. If you've just joined us, it was a pretty closely contested matchup. EZG Blue looking hella strong against our clear sort of favorites in this competition. Splyce, a team that should be looking a lot stronger than they really are, but no, has not been the case so far. Up in round 1, early on, Bounce with a quick kill. Jerd snuffs out Norks there, comfortably announced 2 dead for EZG Blue.
I think as well, I just want to touch on this as I feel this round may already be over, but I love what Splyce have done round 1, and we talk about, you know, strategy and search and destroy, and one of the things is certainly a dominance early on. If you go in and you just literally brute force their way into B, like they did there, they almost embarrassed EZG Blue in the fact that they went in, they said, this is our bomb site, and you do not have a chance. Now for the rest, the remaining of the Search and Destroy, EZG Blue are going to have to kind of adapt and think, hang on, they just literally just took us off our feet here. We're not used to that. You know, these guys are not used to playing these pro-level teams. Tommy commanding the troops, though, will be going into round number 2, but a very convincing round 1 there as Bance kicks off with the first blood. And we all saw, of course, the stat line. I believe it was 17-3 when Bance goes even or positive, so we'll be keeping an eye out for him. He's 2-0 right now.
And that first one, EZG Blue fell like a house of cards as soon as that bottom foundation went out. And see if they can't repeat it. Mad Cat gets absolutely plastered there by the nades, and it's going to be dropped quite a couple of bullets from evasion, sorry. And now we have the push through mid, smokes out. Jerd hoping to make his way through, but Lamagod there was in the streets, the wrong part of town at the wrong time, and Nat's 2 dead. Lamagod on the turn for Bance, beautiful work. And can he find another? No, he can't, Tommy. Just managed to get the vengeance. But now Tommy in a 1v4 situation, he's managed to get 1. Can he find 3 more? And as you can see, EZG Blue bombed down, and now they're hunting him. They could potentially push a player out to try to find a little bit of information, and they might just do that. Here it comes, right around the corner. Evasion's 1. Norks watching the other side, and Parsleon watching the street. Tommy can enter this one. One way to start it with a kill. 20 seconds, gets killed quickly there, and whew, thanks for making it interesting.
Beautiful trade as well. It's so easy sometimes in a 3v1 to all just sit and watch one lane, but Bazelion doesn't allow Tommy to do that. Oh, okay. Yes, the wallbang through the box. All things tied up in a perfect way to answer back. I spoke about Splyce, how they asserted their dominance in round 1. EZG here coming in and just, you know, stopping that, putting a big fat exclamation mark next to it, and we're going to start a new sentence in round number 3 here. As we kick on with EZG, actually, just on the defense, see exactly the route they're taking. Norks is the one to pull out the sniper. It kind of doesn't surprise me here. He was very flashy with the PPSH on round number 1, or map 1, should I say, but Lamagod on the flank, he could find it very easily, and this time Splyce. EZG say fool me once. Do not fool us twice here, as that B-bomb site, that was a beautiful retake, if you like, because they didn't necessarily push through their own base, but they made the kills in the middle, they flanked round, they did exactly what they needed to do. Nice to see the squad coming out and search and destroy here strong. Splyce going to have to rethink that strategy, Miles.
Gotta love the positioning from Parzelian. Sniped down by the truck as opposed to being top grannies, manages to catch Tommy off guard. If Tommy's pre-aiming with that sniper as he comes around the corner on the top grannies, he's completely dead. You know, he's looking at the wrong place. And again, the rest of the squad also picking up their roles in their respective sides of the map, and without a shadow of a doubt, an incredibly decisive round win there from EZG Blue, and this is looking to be quite the search and destroy, but this is huge. Jerd has already made his way right round in the back end, and Parzelian, if he looks the wrong way, shots in.
No.
Oh no. Oh no, Jerd, that was it. And now his teammates are all being taken care of there. He could have potentially taken 2 down, and this would be a very different scenario, but EZG Blue have been gifted that one by the COD gods. Mad Cat, all on his own, 40 seconds, bomb down. This could be another EZG round.
It will be, and the one thing I will say is Jerd will be kicking himself for that one. If he did make the kills, even his teammates went down, it probably wouldn't have ended up any different. However, if his teammates did make that kill in the position, you've got to make those kills. A little bit of a hesitation there. It almost, I think Jerd was walking through like, is no one really watching the back? And they were. It was a bit of bad timing for him, and he'll be frustrated with that one. But a couple of rounds back to back for the boys on the left-hand side of that means they're making a name for themselves, if I'm being completely honest. You know, we talk about opens, we see the same names at the top. It's a chance for the likes of Evasion, Norks, and Parzelion to get themselves out there. Llama already has seen success in his career, but we'll see what the rest have to offer. Let's jump on board with Parzelion, as he's trying to defend with the bar. Grenade's going to connect.
It's dangerous to see that Splyce have already taken complete control of that B site. We only have Tommy sitting around the back, and presuming he's sniping from there as well. So,
oh, that's a kill with the stun. Okay.
Straight over the top, hit him right on the noggin. Probably wasn't wearing a helmet. There you go. Lessons learned. Norks right in on the site. Jerd's got him. Mad Cat finds another one. Lamagod up from above, but this is an incredibly difficult gunfight to win. But Lamagod makes it look a little easy. Oh, Evasion can't do it as well. Lamagod now on his own. 1v2 situation. Not the end of the world. He doesn't have any utility to work with halfway towards his streaks, and he's in Sniper Alley. I believe Tom's got a snipe. I may be terribly wrong, but it would be exciting to see. No, Tom, STG in hand.
Yeah, Tom saw him. He's backed off. The wise thing to do, get behind that cover. And Lamagod, you can hit fire all you like. I know that's one bullet, but you need a couple more, buddy. Splyce the perfect setup, and Tommy made the important kill onto Parzelian, I believe it was, up top. And Llama, he senses someone at the back. I don't think he realized Tommy rotated in, but with 19 seconds here, he's going to try. He knows better, though. He's working towards streaks. He's got 350 to his name already. Do you really want to throw this one away? Tommy getting the base just there, but he does shut him down. No streaks. That'll be reset and around to Splyce.
Look, I see where he was going. You know, he peeked once, he fired. He peeked twice, he fired. And Tommy just not be fooled. Again, that's the benefit of having the numbers there. He's got a teammate watching the back end as well. So worst case scenario, he makes his win in the courtyard, and then he has to trade out effectively against both of them, which would have been difficult, not impossible, but difficult. And now we go into round number 6. EZG Blue. They've got tricks up their sleeve, and they've got a whole host of hope coming in from that open bracket, looking to make a dent in this pool, and there's certainly a chance for them to do it here against a weakened Splyce. See how we go with the boys in blue on offense. Again, they'll be wearing the blue trunks. Evasion making his way forward. Smokes are out all over that site. Street's been blocked off as well by Smokes. Lamagod's watching this one. He's hoping to catch somebody in from behind, and he might be able to do that. Bomb's going to go down now.
45 seconds put on the clock. You've got a very, very high flank from Bance. If you look at the mini-map there coming in, but Tommy makes the opening kill, and this is where Bance is going to put his foot down and get chasing round. Another kill coming in. He needs to back up his team. A 3v2, use the numbers. He's going to find one, surely not. Does put Pazellion down, and Lamagod, the last one alive. He's going to be in a pretty much near impossible situation, but he finds the first. Now, the bomb still needs to be defused. They're looking for that kill. He just has to bomb and weave. He finds the first, but Tommy comes up clutch with the all-important kill. That's a 4-kill streak and a defuse to his name there. Closer than it should have been, I'm going to be honest with you, Miles.
It was exciting to watch. Lamagod, perfect muscle memory as he peeked around that corner, immediately zoomed straight in on that bomb site, and he took care of that player. If there was a chance that Tommy was pre-aiming on the other side of that shed, he could have gotten away, but Tommy, luckily, knew exactly where that player was going to be coming from and managed to make that one work. So Splyce, look, put themselves in the right place at the right time, and having numbers helps again. You see on your screen, that Splyce looking a little shaken, a little haggard, but nonetheless, as we go into round 7 now, all tied up 3-3, an offensive round for Splyce, and it looks like a heavy beat here. All those nades going out. Lamagod up top with the restaurant. We've got Pazellion on the back end with the bar. Tommy finds one with the grenade and all of that flurry, that exchange, the salvo that went over above. Lamagod tying it up with Bance. So this is huge. They've tied things up. Oh my word, Pazellion takes care of Jerd. Surprised to say the least.
I can't even fault Jerd. It didn't look like he missed a bullet, but Pazellion just deleted him there. The bar in hand, my goodness, the bomb isn't even going to go down. It's now in the hands of Tommy. The one thing is, Pazellion surely doesn't anticipate another play behind the bomb. Tommy catches him off guard. Lamagod from above, can he find another? For me, it's the next kill that should be able to take this, but Mad Cat's pre-aiming. A 2v2 as the bomb does go down. Tommy should be able to watch the side. Mad Cat available there, but now it's all up to Tommy. Isn't going to find it. Evasion takes him off, and the defuse will be given to Llama as he finds his 9th kill of the round. Just sharp shots. Llama up top, Pazellion down low. That bar kill was pretty insane. I'm not gonna lie, that was insane.
That was the second time we've seen Mad Cat lose that gunfight in exactly the same scenario. I don't think it was Llama that got him the first time, but whoever was it before, I mean, Mad Cat's, that's a pivotal position in the setup as you defend the B site. As soon as you let that kill go down, they flood in over the top, and I mean, what's going on there for Mad Cat?
The problem, I don't think it was Mad Cat. I think when Bance got taken down from above, he kind of came in just like, not even kind of looking at that position. When you come into this gate here, the only place you can get shot from is up top. It was confusing to say the least, but Splyce now 4-3 down in search and destroy. Tommy does have streak, so we're going to see an investment here of the artillery barrage, but as the players back off, 2 are stuck inside now. Glide bomb coming in. I kind of like what's happened here, because what's happened is the artillery barrage is actually trapped in 2 players as Tommy takes them down. Now, with the 3v2, the artillery barrage has gone. They see B is completely open, and Tommy knows that they're going to peek this door. The bomb is planted for it. Who's going to jump on the bomb? It looks like it might be Mad Cat's job. Anticipated. Splyce jumping out. Mad Cat's going to be taken down, but is the defuse coming in? It is at this time. Pazellion finds the first. Mad Cat as well! Pazellion coming up clutch once again. The numbers were in favor of Splyce.
I lost myself halfway through that. I need a replay. Here we go. I thought we had a perfect play here. Jerd makes the peek around the corner, and a weakened Pazellion. He gets taken down by that pistol shot, and then before you know it, Pazellion comes in, brings out the Dyson, and sucks them both up, taking care of business.
Tommy's pre-fire onto the second player who wasn't in that back house. I honestly have no idea how it didn't hit him. It was like the Matrix as he dodged those bullets, but Pazellion, credit where credit's due, clutched another round for his squad, now 5-3 up. Splyce back against the wall. The fast B attack has worked for them previously, but on the other hand, EZG Blue, they seem to dominate up top, and they need to recognize Llama here. Mad Cat's trying it again. If Mad Cat goes down, so is Bance. Let's hope this time, for his sake, it's not going to happen. But the bomb, okay.
That's big. Take care of Jerd. You know, the bomb's in the hand of Bance. Tommy still has a fighter pilot to work with, and they may have to use it in this round because, again, this is map point for EZG Blue. They need one more. This is it. Streak's coming out. He's going to try and take care of those players, but there are two of them in the restaurant. They're completely undercover, and it's not going to work out from Parzillion. If he finds it, tags, they help, but it's not enough. Those Brownings ringing out on that Thunderbolt, not able to get the kill, and this is it. A 3v3 situation.
I like what Mad Cat did there. The fighter pilot almost draws them out to think the bomb will be going down. Mad Cat takes him out, and now the tables are turned. They're 3v4 now in a 3v2 position for Splyce, and Mad Cat just holding his ground. Bance is the one with the bomb. You can see at the top left there. It's being planted as we speak. So 25 seconds will turn to 45. Now, this is a round you can't lose. Mad Cat's learned his lesson. Not going to happen this time, but he does lose Tommy in that battle. And Evasion, the last player, has been revealed.
Here we go, Evasion on the final chance here to retake the site and make something work. Bance, lovely footwork. He's going to poke the shot, and he's baited Mad Cat right out of there. Evasion's tied it up 1v1. 1v1 against Bance. If he wins it, it's done, but it's not. Splyce live to fight another day here in the Search and Destroy. Whew.
And it's a great job Bance clutched up there, but again, disagree with kind of the over-challenge from Mad Cat when you're in a 2v1. He knows exactly where he is. Evasion has absolutely no cover. Zero whatsoever. And you've got sandbags, you've got a satellite turret or whatever it is on top of it. It's frustrating to watch, I'm not going to lie.
That is indeed. Here we go. Still, map point for EZG Blue. Splyce with a round win there. It's going to get them ever closer to tying this one up, but is it going to be enough? Round 10. Here comes the play, again, towards B, a heavy stack, but you can see actually the bomb navigating its way down through the street, and look, they've naded B, and now they're going to be rotating back towards A, so it's a bit of a fake play. It's a pump fake, if you will. But we do have a member of Splyce down there. Mad Cat's in a position to hold on, but he's got 3 players making his way towards the site, and this is it. Llama God making his way through the middle of the street. Shots are out, quick trade. Mad Cat's down, so's Parzillion, and here we go. Llama God in the middle. If he can cut these players off, Jerd's also going to be in position. Bance overwatching the site. This is a crucial position to be in. Shots in. That's massive kill on the bomb carrier Nox. That's gone down, and there may be another one there, but he didn't see it. He snuck through. And now Llama God, the assassin, in from behind, takes clean care of Bance. He actually probably spotted Jerd there as well, so this is massive from Llama God. He found another piece of intel. Now he's going to be able to tell it, pass it on. Evasion picks it up as though it were nothing, and now it's all on Tommy.
1v2. Finds the first Tommy, the clutch factor, the X factor is on number 12, but the one player is behind that shed on the left-hand side. Tommy v Llama, 25 seconds. It's almost a ticking time bomb, literally, as we see both players static, not wanting to move. Llama peeks in there. Tommy's seen him. Tommy knows the time. Tommy spots him, not going to be enough, and Llama clutches up. The close range PPSH is going to find EZG Blue. Not only the last round, but also a map on the board. Splyce back to the drawing board after that one.
Got to give it to EZG Blue. The Search and Destroy proficiency, like fantastic rounds from them, exciting plays. They did a couple of things to really throw Splyce out of the window, and that was a very, very nice way to tie the series up. Now 1-1. Splyce not looking as strong as they have been.
No, certainly not. European card has been difficult to watch so far. However, can Splyce bounce back in the CTF? They're going up against EZG Blue. Guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
day number 2 here in Seattle, and that means it's time to take the teams from the open bracket and put them against the teams that were already in pools. But my goodness, these teams that are coming out from the open bracket are putting on a show. And to give you guys a little bit of insight at home as to what was going on at this desk during the break, Phil was having essentially a nervous breakdown. He completely disavowed EU COD during it several times, going back and forth. But Phil, I understand after that performance that we saw from Splyce, it's EU COD like that made it possible for you to have a pro career.
Please, guys, I'm sure you don't listen to anything Rich says. It's all nonsense. But moving swiftly on, Splyce, they are in trouble. Red Reserve had a poor Friday. Epsilon are being taken advantage of right now. It's difficult.
It is.
It's very difficult to watch. It's very frustrating, especially when you see challenges that shouldn't be made. Things are all over the place, but you've got to give credit where credit is due. The likes of Ghost Gaming, EZG Blue, they're coming out, and they're coming out hot.
All right, well, let's see if Splyce can pull it together here, or if EZG Blue will be able to get the upset going.
Tommy has 33.33% of Splyce's flag captures in CTF.
That's absolutely mind-blowing.
That's a good stat, isn't it?
Captain.
Captain.
That's one of the worst, I'm not going to lie.
No, I think the last one was the Bance one was real good. Bill's, oh, there's a snipe out.
What's he doing? Oh, you're crazy.
He's making it work. He took Mad Cat clean off the face of the flag tower, and now Jerd's got to watch out for this one because, oh, you know what? Don't worry about it. Llama God's going forward, evasion charging forward, and my good God. EZG Blue keeping this one exciting. I wouldn't be surprised to see the snipe go away, but hey, what an exciting way to kick this one off evasion. He's already got control of mid, and he's making his way right towards Splyce's base, and there's a chance here, a bit of a surge forward. Llama God catches Jerd, shots are in. He's got Mad Cat around the corner. Oh, Tommy on the other side. Can't take them both on at once, and he's going to be taken care of there. And now Splyce flushed the members of EZG out their base and are now trying to retake the map.
That's one way to tilt someone like Mad Cat as well. You just lost an S&D, you walk out, you're like, okay, let's boy, poof, straight, sniper to the face. You don't want to see it. However, still 0-0 now. Splyce on the attack. Tommy and Jerd picking up one at side, but Jerd does get taken down this time. The defense of Pazelion stopping them. Tommy looking to get up close and personal there. It's the last player alive. He's going to come from behind. This could be a flag pull. 2 players spawning in down by the turret. Big kill from evasion there, and Llama God coming up clutch. We're going to see the return come in, and things stay as they are. Jerd looking for the first. We'll find the second too.
So you want to see out of Jerd, missing shots in the search and destroy, and now a quick regain. Bit of water on the face and whatnot, and now he's back in with 2 kills in a row for him. Bance in behind enemy lines, makes it 2. Flag out? Nah, not to be found. Jerd though, ooh, Norks with another naughty 2-piece. He's been doing it all series long. He's been finding Splyce in batches of 2. Mad Cat now trying to desperately hang in there. Norks has completely thrown that push for what it was worth, and Mad Cat finds one, quick peek out, that's important, stay alive. If he can hold on here, this is going to be big, but his teammates are trying to make their way around the outside of the map, and he's trying to hang on, but Mad Cat is going to be caught once again. Tommy now infiltrates the base of EZG Blue. In from behind, waiting for the opportune moment to strike, and once he does, that flag's on the move. But here we go, an offensive push from EZG Blue, unaware that Tommy's in their base. Bance finds one, he's got Parzelian as well. Here comes the play, all over the top, Parzelian in, finds Jerd even while he's weak, and he's got Mad Cat left in the base alone.
It's a 1v1, it's as simple as this. Mad Cat makes the kill, and they've got a flag. But Mad Cat is going to be lying down, finds him from the iron, but Pazelian still now has another one-on-one. Tommy weak, but he's got the teammates in support. He finds the kill, but it's actually Bance to come up clutch. The one thing I did want to bring to light there was EZG Blue were just letting Splyce run through the left-hand side of the minimap, that through those AA guns time and time again. Eventually that was going to come as a fault to them. I hope they realize how easy it is that it has been for Splyce to kind of get through the defense, because Flag Tower as a whole map, the defense is a lot easier. You can just watch those 3 lanes. Splyce have found that hole already. Will they be able to punish it once again, though?
See if they can exploit it once again. Tommy now making his way forward. Got that flag cap, so there's that 33.33%. Your flag capture's going down once again. All just adding up. Tommy still halfway towards streaks. That's kill might help, but Llama God, wow, he took care of Jerd as well in that scenario. So 2 dead for Splyce. EZG Blue now. A chance to make something happen here, but Bance has once again infiltrated the back end of that base, and it's important for you to count those players. You need to be completely aware of who's got what, and Bance exactly taken care of there. Mad Cat now a little too late to this party. Can he find Parzelian? Indeed. Jerd on the defense does a work of Llama God, and that's important now for Splyce to manage to make their way forward. They can now redistribute their offensive. All the resources that were defending the base are now making their way forward, and Tommy once again. Sneaky, sneaky Tommy.
It seems too easy. We've seen time and time again, in discredit to Splyce, they've absolutely done nothing with it except the one time. They keep getting behind enemy lines time and time again. That's one of the hardest things. Bance is going to do it again. He can literally just walk straight through. The problem is at the moment on the rest of the map, he's picking up those kills. EZG Blue are going toe-to-toe with Splyce, talking about behind enemy lines. Llamagod's going to find Jerd now. This should be a pull from either team. It's going to be Tommy supporting Bance and Evasion Norks on the side of EZG Blue. That is a huge kill. Both flags will get away here. Madcat with beautiful headshot there, long range as well. Evasion, maybe a player to sneak through, not going to happen. Same side for Splyce as well. We're going to see a stalemate for now, but with 35 seconds left, we are going to get that additional time if needed.
It's interesting to see when this stalemate first erupted, when both flags came out, we had 2 players of EZG Blue in mid-map. And they've managed to not win the fight just because of the hard positioning, the cover that the members of Splyce had by pushing down by a flat cannon, sorry. They managed to get this one in there, and Tommy, he's managed to get in there. A little bit of espionage as he makes that first kill on Parzelian. Can he find another? He catches Norks. That's huge. Jerd with the backup. Madcat in from behind now. Here comes the potential return. Llamagot, the last one alive. And they've got him pinned. They've got him tagged. But they've got him dead, and that's a flag return and a second capture for Splyce.
Splyce, second cap, just in time as well. The one thing I will say, and I don't know if you're seeing it as well, Miles, just the simple shots from Splyce, they don't seem as crisp, they don't seem as reactive as I've seen them in the past. We're seeing, I think, Bance on the very early stage there, he picked up a 2-piece near the enemy flag, but it was a very messy 2-piece. We're seeing, players shooting others in the back, and it just seems a little different. I don't know what it is going on with these guys right now. I hope it's just me. But Splyce, they have a convincing, for once, half of CTF flag tower. Can they continue in the second half, though? We're going to flip things over. Stay on board. Well, let's go with Jerd. Let's see what he can do. He's usually quite quick off the blocks.
I wonder if they're worried about that snipe. I think it's very possible that they had it in the back of their mind. They're like, we might get sniped again. There's a high caliber bullet with one of our names on it. Jerd, though, heavy, fast rotation. Bance there, gets the kill. Oh, Jerd, it was going to be slim pickings for him, but now he's taken care of, and that's a very, very solid defensive work there from Evasion. 3 in a row for him. Completely takes care of Splyce, almost single-handedly, but in and amongst all that flurry of gunfighting action, Madcat's managed to get back and off spawn, but Parzelian takes swift work of him, and now the push, the charge forward. Can EZG Blue make something of this? And Evasion still running on. 2 kills in a row. Oh, but Bance finally finding something there. Llamagot still holding the line, and if they can hold this position long enough, they can allow the members of their team to get back in off spawn, the reinforcements to make it back to the front line, but Splyce getting through it. Bance leading the charge.
And that's what you expect where you see pro teams go against each other time and time again. The defense is always so strong, and that's why I was so curious to know why EZG Blue were just letting players of Splyce run through them. But a strong defense from Splyce, they play the times very well. For example, Tommy laying down there, he's just waiting for his team to come off spawn to help him out, get those numbers back. But still, we sit 2-0 for Splyce. Tommy finding his 8th kill of the game. He's going to hop out that window, trying to find some more, but a long-range kill and trade for Jerd and Parzelian. He's going to see Tommy just back off once again and regroup.
Tommy now making his way forward. Bance making his way in as well. Tommy on that outside map just gets completely dropped on there by Parzelian. And we will say, for all the criticisms we gave Madcat and the Search and Destroy, right now 15-11, he has been a stalwart of defense for Splyce. And once again, making it work, even with this odds stacked against him. Parzelian also going forward. He's being held up, and again, this is good defensive work from Splyce. The clock is now on their side, and my God, what is going on here? Parzelian almost managing to make it 2 in that scenario. Madcat with flag on his back, over the halfway mark, and it's looking to be a 3rd. Just like that, Splyce have found themselves here in the CTF.
Yeah, and a scrappy kill down by the flak gun we saw from Madcat actually results in a pull. His teammates pick up the kills on the defense like they should, and we're going to see 3-0 in favor of Splyce. We're starting to see Madcat get a couple of kills back to back. Feel himself, but Tommy help is in hand as we do see one player slip the net. It's going to be Evasion until Jerd handles that business. And look at that, we've got another flag, and this time it's Bance who snuck through. I think this is just a team, a pro team kind of just outclassing in the game mode necessarily. You know, the gunfights, when we're seeing one-on-one gunfights, nothing kind of crazy, nothing special. But I think understanding the actual game mode here, we've got one team way ahead of the other. We're going to see Splyce take a 4-0 advantage. They've got full streaks as well, with 2 minutes left on the clock. This is now the time where Splyce needs to just bump up their confidence. Kill, slay, just destroy EZG now.
There's a chance to do that now with Madcat fully streaked out. off the spawn of here, he's going to be probably dropping those streaks right on top of the head of EZG Blue, and that's going to allow them to retake mid-map, unless the gunfights can get it done. Bance on the outside now. Tommy and Jerd doing the work they can in middle, and again, the defensive lineup has been super solid, and this is another way to defend your base, and that's going to be a quick and easy kill strike. Mad Cat not able to make that one work with a glide bomb, but nonetheless, they have the guns on the doors trailed here. As EZG Blue need to make their way in. Bance from behind though, retakes mid, can't make it work on his own. Tommy now, the spring to life from Splyce as they're trying to get out of their base, and Jerd, Mad Cat and Tommy picking up one apiece, all dead for EZG Blue, and here comes the offensive push. Not that they need it with 4 caps in the bag, but hey, why not? Again, it's about confidence, you're right, Momo. If they can find the confidence here, that's going to help them in the series, but EZG Blue, they've just got so much vigor, so much passion to get out of that open bracket, and now they've made it into pools, and all they want is to put a couple of scalps on the bag, a couple of notches on the belt, a couple of names in the black book. Splyce would be a good one to have.
Yeah, most definitely. However, we're going to see the artillery barrage cut any type of chance of them getting through. We've seen Llama God just run straight through, but Bance is going to have that one-on-one. He's weak. Tommy will find number 5, and you know what? There's no reason to get excited at this point, because Splyce, they are just handed EZG the big fat L on this game mode. But if you're just joining us, it is 1 apiece. We saw EZG Blue bite back in there. Search and destroy. The hard point wasn't that convincing either, so don't rule EZG out of this series just yet, as we will be going to another hard point at this rate, unless we see a miracle, which of course will not be happening. Splyce though, most definitely stepping it up in this department. Mad Cat, I think we highlighted, we criticized him in his search and destroy. He's been that kind of solid defense as well for Splyce.
Done a lot of work. Tommy again on the road, on the sort of overextensions, going for the big flag pulls. Jerd also doing wonderful work in those clutch situations, you know, on the defense. He's been particularly strong, and Bance as well on the overextensions, managing to make the damage work, but that's going to be it. Splyce take the lead here in the series against a very convincing looking EZG Blue.
And that map is kind of what you expect to see on Saturdays, right? When you actually do see the pool, or the teams get slotted against the pool teams from open bracket. But that's not been the case, Chance. Obviously, we've been watching this series, but the other series that are going down, there are constant upsets happening, Chance.
Yeah, looking at Ghost Gaming and looking at Lighting Pennas especially, like those were 2 teams that didn't even make it to the point where they could even play in the relegation tournament, so obviously did not make the league. But they're going against league teams now. Ghost Gaming 3-0'd Epsilon. It was brutal. Epsilon looked awful. Ghost Gaming looked fine. Like, I wouldn't even say they looked great. It just, they made it look easy. Like, you couldn't even learn too much from this series. Yeah. And then Lightning Pandas, it's a close game in the CTF at the moment, but they're 2-0 up against Tainted Minds. Tainted Minds, of course, that second Australian team to make it in the Pro League. But again, 2 teams didn't have the opportunity to even fight for the spot to make it in the Pro League, and they're making gains right now. Yeah, we can jump right into the matches that are going on currently, and we've already stated how close it has been, but Lightning Pandas are starting to really inch ahead here in this capture the flag, and they lead by 2 in the series as well. Really quick though, before we jump into it, Enigma 6 is currently leading the hard point. That one just got started, but let's put our focus here. And Chance, I want to talk about both of these teams and where exactly they sit in the league. I think it is an interesting thing to talk about. Well, in the league, Tainted Minds at the very bottom just because they haven't played. Like, they only just qualified 2 days ago, and then Lightning Pandas aren't in the league. So they don't really sit anywhere, Rich, but of course, the goal now is to make as much money as you can leading into champs. So Seattle, they want to get the best placing possible, right? So Lightning Pandas, I think a lot of people look at for an open bracket team. They can do some damage, like especially with the pickup of Enable now. I know they've gone through a handful of roster changes, but Enable, very skilled player. We've seen him in the Pro League, actually. I think his biggest problem was the search and destroy gameplay, but outside of that, he's been a beast. So should be a good addition to the team. It seems to be paying off so far. Has the flag, he might very well be home free as well to give Lightning Pandas that 4-2 lead. Yeah, let's actually jump on over to our other matchup, which is going to be Mind Freak against Enigma 6. Very interesting to see that Lightning Pandas Tainted Minds matchup going down, a little bit of a grudge match in certain ways, but now Mind Freak versus Enigma 6. Mind Freak going to be leading in the series, Phil. Leading in the series, they're down by about 30 points here in the hard point, but early stages as we're on Forest. And one thing that I've been a big fan of Mind Freak, you know, since the resurgence, obviously, towards the end of stage 1, they started to pick up some very, very big W's. They started to, I feel, understand the game. And again, this is a roster which hasn't changed. These guys are, you know, they've got the kind of chemistry, they've got everything that they need. And hopefully for these guys it will show, because I know Tainted Minds have fought themselves into that league. I still think they're leaps and bounds ahead of them. This is the crazy pool as well, Miles. Mind Freak was able to take down LG yesterday, which is really one of the things that
shook up that pool that makes this pool have the chance to have the 5-way tie.
I feel like they're one of this is a great rivalry in the kind of game 5s we've seen a few times now. I think this is the second time or maybe the third time that Mindfreak and LG have gone to a game 5, and it has always been an extremely close finish. I don't know what it is between those two teams, because you wouldn't stack them up typically in any other situation, but when it comes down to those clutch situations, God, they put on a good show for us.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that maybe this time is a little bit different than those other times. You always were like, okay, this is a weird matchup. A lot of times LG maybe sleeps on Mindfreak a little bit. They're able to catch him off guard. After we saw LG play against Complexity, it has just been kind of a, I don't know, the team seems to be crumbling just a little bit, but Mindfreak, more so than ever, has been picking things up in the later stages of stage 1. But now we're going to turn our attention back to Splyce versus EZG Blue. Splyce can close this one out here, or we could see the team from the open bracket extended to a game 5.
Oh, lower thirds guy, you've just won us back again with Must Be Jet Lag. All non-North American teams. I've missed it. I was too excited about reading
3 to 22 is the numbers. I don't even know what the rest of it said, but it's hidden home right now. It's difficult to watch. Splyce turn it around for us, and right away, we're getting into a hard point. Of course, London Docks, this is a map which Splyce, I can't even count the amount of times that these guys have played this against the top-level teams in Stage 1. At the likes of Atlanta, Dallas, everything in between. Splyce, though, they are going to start off here. If they lose the first 15, they're going to take probably the last 15, but the spawns are in control of EZG Blue. One player, again, I'll say it time and time again, Nox has impressed me from the get-go.
Absolutely. I mean, again, his kills tend to come in groups of 2. He never finds one member of Splyce, he always finds a pair, and that's probably just a good sale watching for himself. And Nox, again, holding at the back end. Main Street flips over now. Splyce with 23 points, but EZG Blue getting back into this one. Nox once again on that back end, and he's going to contest with all 4 of them. Can he find a multi-kill out of this one? No, he cannot, but Barzillion is there in position to make something work, but Bant's over the top. Super aggressive play, playing the advantage, and you can see the members of Splyce now flooding into the back end of the street. Evasion's got to make something work. Lamagod in from behind. A chance to make a big impact here as he flushes those players out. Barzillion in mid, and look at that. EZG Blue back in control. Just when things were looking a little bit dangerous, a little bit messy, they hang in there.
Yeah, perfect flank there, perfect timing as well. Splyce kind of brute forced their way in through the back here, and now they're trying to do it from the front. Jerd finds one, finds the second as well. He's got one more to deal with. Lamagod not needed though at this time, as Bats will find a battle down by the bus with 13 seconds left. Those points are going to go to EZG Blue, and the ironic thing is they've got full control of the water. I say full control as Barzillion goes down, and the numbers of Splyce should be able to prevail here. What is happening? His gunfight's just...
What was that, Phil? What, like,
it's disappointment, Miles.
Nox just kicked him
shock.
Nox just kicked him in the head to get that kill. Oh, and he's still going. Nox with Tommy as well. This is huge work from EZG Blue. Doc's still in control of Splyce. They got that set up, and they're hanging in there.
Jerd finds 2 as well, and Splyce retaking control of the Docks here. Again, this is what we like to see, though, in open bracket team or a team kind of fighting their way through. Sometimes they just get handed to in pool play. It's great to see the competition, and honestly, I've never seen Call of Duty in its current state have a better level of competition between all the top teams. But as things get a little bit closer here, Splyce, 20 seconds left on the Docks.
Mad Cat gets skinned alive by Lamagod. Evasion also doing a bit of work there. Jerd picks him up, and now Jerd's all alone. Tough deal. Final 10 seconds here to deal with EZG Blue, and they're still getting back into this one. They can put themselves a little closer, but not able to take the lead. Madcat now on the back end, hoping to get in on Barzillion as he deals with his teammates. And this is a good bit of work from Splyce now, getting control for Barrel. Shots from Jerd, just gets outclassed there by Lamagod, and that was a big bit of work despite having first shot. Tommy's having a bit of a rough run at 5 and 11, and still see if they can't hang in there. They do have control. Bans sit behind cover. Not a chance. Now Jerd's got to deal with the contest here from EZG Blue. He has got a glide bomb to work with, but oh, Tommy gets absolutely bludgeoned there as here comes the push in over the top. Jerd. 3 in a row.
He almost second guesses himself. He's expecting someone to push the stairs like, oh no, they're still here. Oh no, they're still pushing through the middle. Questionable, but again, this is a team that they've not played against. Their play style is obviously a little bit different. The bar coming in for Jerd here, utilizing all weaponry, but Mad Cat comes to save the day with a PPS-8. It was actually the machine pistol, it's that fast. And EZG Blue, they lose out on the barrel building, and they're rotating round. But again, the basics are there for Splyce. The rotations are good. You can see what they're trying to make. It's just sometimes the shots are not coming off here. A nice pick up for Nox there, as we are going to see Splyce have to battle back. I believe that we do have some streaks in the favor of Splyce. That's on Jerd. We've got a glide bomb waiting.
Jerd managing to make that one work. His 1v1s have been okay, but we have seen a couple of shaky shots from him, especially up against the fiery 1v1 engagements from EZG Blue. They're ferocious in those one-on-one gunfights, and it's a terrifying thing to see. Still hanging in there, Jerd. Defensively has been so sound. He's really just letting EZG Blue come to him, and he's really making that one work. 3 kills in a row for him, almost making his way towards more streaks, and this positioning is brilliant from Jerd. Bar at hand. Take a bow, Jerd. 3 in a row, all on his own. That's 6 kills back to back.
EZG, and that's the second time they've done it. They did it in barrel building, they've done it in fire. They all seem to be pushing the same way. It's not necessarily in single file, but it's not working here, and Splyce are starting to pick them apart. The last couple of scrap points will go in favor of Splyce, but we're going back now to the statue. That second set of rotation, and we see a 65-point lead here for Splyce. And Jerd is 18-8 right now, a 6-kill streak. Bance on a little streak of his own. Jerd will call that one out to Bance, maybe a bit of communication. We'll seal the deal, but not needed. That last player is down there. Jerd, you know it.
Still going. Bance now finds nothing out of that one. Wonderful bit of retaliation there from EZG. And here they go, making their way in. Llama God, 1v1 against Mad Cat. Can he take care of it before Bance gets involved? Look, Evasion's there to help as well. Nox gets done in the streets. Parzelian surging forward, shots in everyone, but unable to pick up the pieces until the reinforcements arrive. Now up against Bance, takes care of him as well. Mad Cat in from behind. This is looking strong for Splyce. EZG now crack over the 100-point mark, and any moment now those streaks will come into play, and they can flush those players out, because the streak hold in the first set of rotations was very good for EZG Blue. And you're going to see, instantly, that's going to be paying off for the players here. Splyce. Kill streaks out, take care of the player on back spawn, and Bance, he decides a little too late, and he can't change the trajectory there of the glide bomb, and it's all finished now. Nox holds in. If he managed to get that kill, that wouldn't have happened, and here we go. Tommy in for a chance, does get one. Evasion finds the back end as well. Yeah,
fighting for the spawns here at the back end. Llama God's gone for a little flank. He did this exact same thing on the previous rotation. It worked out for him. Shots there will reveal his location, and Jerd almost calling for backup there, but Bance, the backup, questionable to say the least. He does find the kill, and Splyce will have the spawns now. A 60-point game here as Splyce trying to make it even more so. The main street, of course, a place where you can really trade all those points ahead of an Evasion. Up close and personal, Jerd says no to that. There's 22-11 here. Phenomenal game out of the Irishman. Nox trying to clean up, and will clean up those last 15 seconds. We're going to be heading down to the docks here, where Splyce started to gain their real lead.
Parzelian on the defense. Beautiful bit of work from Evasions before going down, and now he's hanging in. He's holding on, finds a gun barrel. Oh, but Mad Cat finds the bullets. Llama God now has to hang in. Flips over, he's going to get the early points. He's got one player to back him up, but here comes Splyce. Multiple angles, 2 coming in through that front door there. Oh, and it's all going down, Bance in from the back end now, but Tommy finds 2 through the window, so that's it. Finished, flipped over, Splyce in control. EZG Blue unable to contest with the charge from Splyce there, and now Tommy cutting the legs out of this retaliatory attack. Jerd as well, finding the ones in the middle, and this is a strong bit of work now from Splyce. I thought it was going to be closer, but EZG Blue have just fallen apart on this second set of rotations.
Yeah, honestly, when I'm watching Jerd, the movement just seems to be fluid now. This is what I expect for someone like him, but across the board, this is still kind of not the same Splyce that we know and love. EZG Blue, they're still pushing them, they're still holding back. As much as the Slain side has been dominant from the side of Splyce, you know, it's still a relatively close game here at around 60 points, and now the last 12 going in favor of EZG Blue. The barrel building is where I think EZG kind of, you know, went a little bit hectic. They went a little bit sporadic, but hopefully for them, they'll be able to go at a different approach. Nox from the bottom side at the water. He's actually backing off. He's maybe regrouping to go through the middle. This seems to be the strategy. At PPSH that range, probably not going to find anything else.
Yeah, Nox is still playing for streaks, 4 kills in a row. He's not too far away from nabbing them, and that could really help now, but they need to make the contest work, and this little back and forth is going to matter in a big way, and he can't find the kill. Bance comes in over the top. Nox still trying to stay alive as best he can, and oh, he can't make it work. Jerd cuts the dreams out, and that's it. Finished. No more streaks. Splyce with 200 points. They're 50 away from the win here. Mad Cat gets a short back and sides from Parzelian after that shot. Parzelian forward. He's marching to the beat of his own drum right now at 14-24. Not exactly doing fantastic. Nox trying to make his way in as well. It's getting a bit desperate now for EZG Blue. They're just powering through the front, and they have the manpower. Parzelian, he's got the muscles to make it work, but The spawns are falling in the favor of Splyce. They've got the reinforcements in there as quick as they possibly can, and we'll see if they can make it work here. The next rotation is going to be a big one as they can try to get back into this one at docks.
It's just strange. We never saw any type of push through Cole from EZG on both rotations. We never saw anything different, and it kind of came as a surprise for Splyce. It was like, oh, they're just pushing through the middle once again, and they reap the rewards here on barrel building. However, now trying to brute force their way into the crane, and just like that, Jerd's going to find himself a kill, a capture, and he's got 90 seconds for his squad on his team. Bance there with a minute and 47. Everyone putting in the objective, and they've broke through once again. Splyce, they're finding their feet. This is maybe what they need. It's definitely what they need after a Friday like they had, but still 20 seconds is going to separate themselves, and of course that victory. Madcap trying to lock it down here, but the slaying side of things most definitely stepped up for Splyce.
Yeah, Splyce have just found themselves in the defensive holes so well. Their setups are working, but EZG Blue, not to count them out yet. There's still a chance. There's still a moment here that they can make their way in, and 10 seconds left. They really need to be getting ready for that next rotation, and Madcap working his way towards streaks as well. Glide bomb at hand, 6 kills in a row for him. I mean, it's been an absolute treat to watch them get back into this, and hard points flipped over back right into the middle. That isn't going to find anyone, but still the pressure being applied. Tommy finds one and a second. 50 seconds left on Statue to make something work, and we do have the boys of EZG Blue in control, but a matter of moments now away from the win. And Tommy finds 2, but not able to find a third. EZG need to get on this one as quick as they can, Momo, because at any moment now, this is going to be a Splyce 3-1.
Yeah, Splyce are looking to control here. Even the streaks are still available, I believe. Glide bombs coming in, giving all the intel. But 159 is just not enough at this point. The scrap time of Statue should be going their way, but Splyce, they're having some fun. They're taking all the kills that they can. Bance should be able to secure the deal here and maybe clock over 2 minutes of hill time personally for himself, and 250 points for the boys of Splyce. We're going to see one more attempt, jump on in. Not going to be enough as Splyce close it out with a hard point. That's going to be 3-1. The Europeans, they come out with a victory. Maybe not as convincing as they like, but a win is a win.
Yeah, they stumble a little bit, but they find their footing, and this is exactly what they needed after a very rough start to Seattle. They needed to be able to take down this team from the open bracket, but the question is, how did our other teams do, Chance? We started to talk about those matches just a little bit. It seems like these open brackets